My child, I saw how tired your heart became. I saw the moment your strength began to thin in places no one else could reach. I saw you keep moving, keep answering, keep showing up, keep doing what had to be done, while something inside you quietly whispered, I do not know how much longer I can carry this. And I brought you here because your tired heart is not invisible to me. This is not just another moment in your day. This is not just another message passing across a screen. This is not random timing. This is not coincidence. You may think you paused because you were scrolling. You may think you stopped because the words caught your attention. You may think you arrived here because you were searching for comfort, or because the room was quiet, or because your hands reached for something to fill the silence. But my child, I was arranging more than you understood. I interrupted your routine on purpose. I entered this ordinary moment with a holy intention. I came close to speak to the part of you that has been trying to survive without admitting how weary it has become. I see where you are. I see the atmosphere around you. I see the heaviness you have learned to carry with a calm face. You may not be physically alone. There may be people near you. There may be noise around you. There may be responsibilities waiting for you, messages unanswered, decisions unfinished, and conversations still resting heavily on your mind. But I know that a heart can feel alone even in a crowded place. I know that a soul can ache even while the body keeps functioning. I know what it feels like when others see your activity but not your exhaustion, when they notice your presence but not the pressure underneath it. My beloved child, I saw the way you smiled when you did not have the energy to explain. I saw the way you said, I am fine, because you did not want to become another burden in someone else's life. I saw the way you held back tears because the timing did not feel convenient. I saw the way you kept carrying emotions that had no safe place to land. And I want you to hear me clearly in this moment. Your weariness did not disqualify you. Your tiredness did not disappoint me. Your quiet struggle did not make me turn away from you. It drew my tenderness toward you. Do not rush past this. Stay here with me for a moment. Let your heart breathe. Let your shoulders lower. Let your mind stop racing long enough to hear what I am speaking over you. This is not entertainment. This is encounter. This is not a casual interruption. This is a private appointment for a heart that has been quietly running out of strength. You did not have to know how to pray perfectly for me to come near. You did not have to find the right words for me to understand. I heard the sigh beneath the silence. I heard the prayer that never became a sentence. I heard the ache behind the thought you kept pushing away. So breathe slowly now. Receive this gently. If this already feels personal, acknowledge the moment with openness. Let your heart say yes before the full message unfolds. Like this message as a small sign that you recognize my hand in this moment. Subscribe if you desire more words of peace to meet you in the days ahead. And if your heart is ready, write these words. Father, my tired heart is listening, not as performance, not as pressure, but as a quiet act of surrender. Because I am here, my child, I have interrupted this moment for you. Your tired heart has been seen, your heaviness has been noticed, and what I am about to speak is not for someone else first. It is for you. My child, the weariness you hid was never hidden from me. The exhaustion you tucked behind your smile, the ache you covered with polite words, the heaviness you carried into rooms where no one knew how much strength it took for you to stand there, I saw it all. You did not fool me when you said you were fine. You did not lose my attention when you stopped trying to explain. You did not become invisible because people became busy, distracted, unavailable, or unable to understand the weight inside your heart. I saw you smiling around people while something inside you felt empty. I saw you laugh at the right moments, nod at the right words, answer the questions, continue the conversation, and still feel like no one in the room truly noticed you. I saw the way your face learned how to function even when your spirit felt drained. I saw the way you carried yourself with composure while your heart quietly asked, does anyone know how tired I really am? Does anyone see what this is costing me? Does anyone understand how much I am holding back right now? My beloved child, I understood. I saw the answer you gave when someone asked how you were doing. I saw the small pause before you said, I am fine. I saw the truth that stayed behind your teeth. I saw the heaviness you decided not to release because you did not want to make the moment uncomfortable. I saw the way you measured your words, shortened your pain, softened your need, and made your struggle sound smaller than it was. Not because it was small, but because you had grown used to feeling like there was not enough room for the fullness of what you carried. I saw you after everyone else moved on. I saw you in the quiet that came after the conversation ended, after the message was sent, after the door closed, after the house settled, after the noise faded. I saw you sitting in silence with thoughts that would not leave. I saw you replaying words, remembering disappointments, holding questions that had no easy answer. I saw you when the day was over, but your mind was still working. I saw you when your body was still, but your heart was restless. I saw you when you were surrounded by quiet, yet could not find peace. Do not shame yourself for being tired. Do not call yourself weak because your heart has felt worn down. Do not look at your exhaustion and decide it means you have failed. You have been carrying responsibilities that others only see in fragments. You have been holding prayers that have not yet been answered. You have been carrying disappointments you rarely mention because speaking them aloud makes them feel heavier. You have been thinking about family concerns, financial pressure, emotional memories, decisions ahead of you, and needs around you that keep pulling from places in you that already feel depleted. I saw the bills that made your chest tighten. I saw the family burden you carried quietly because you wanted to be strong for everyone else. I saw the prayer you prayed again with less certainty in your voice than before. I saw the disappointment you tried to surrender, only to feel it rise again when something reminded you of what did not happen. I saw the memory that returned without warning and changed the atmosphere of your whole day. I saw the fear that whispered, "What if I am forgotten? What if my turn never comes? What if I keep showing up and nothing changes?" My child, I saw the tear you wiped quickly before anyone could notice. I saw you turn your face away. I saw you blink hard and swallow the ache because you did not want to explain why the tears came. I saw the sigh before sleep, the one that carried more than words could hold. I saw the heaviness in the car when you sat for a moment before going inside, trying to gather enough strength to become needed again. I saw your hands resting on the steering wheel while your heart felt tired of being brave. I saw you holding your phone, waiting for a message that never came, checking again though you already knew the screen was silent. The phone stayed still. The room stayed quiet. The answer did not come when you wanted it, and you wondered if your longing had been overlooked. But I saw you. I saw the ache beneath the waiting. I saw the way silence began to feel personal. I saw how easily unanswered messages, delayed responses, and forgotten check-ins began to touch deeper places in you. Places that wondered if you mattered. Places that wondered if you were too much. Places that wondered if anyone would choose to come close without needing to be asked. Listen to me with a soft heart now. Your hidden exhaustion is not proof that you are weak. It is proof that you have carried much. It is proof that you have endured more than some people know. It is proof that you kept standing through seasons that pressed against your soul. I am not disappointed in you for needing rest. I am not ashamed of you for feeling weary. I am not distant from you because your faith has sometimes trembled. I am near to the tired places. I am tender toward the places you thought you had to hide. When people misunderstood you, I saw the whole story. When they minimized what hurt you, I knew the depth of it. When they assumed you were being distant, sensitive, quiet, emotional, or difficult, I saw the pressure beneath your response. I saw what formed the silence. I saw what drained the joy. I saw what made trust feel harder. I saw what made simple things feel heavy. I saw the private battles that never appeared on your face clearly enough for others to recognize. So receive this now, my child. The places in your heart that felt unseen have been fully witnessed by me. The pain you could not name, I knew. The weariness you could not explain, I understood. The tears you hid were not wasted. The prayers you whispered were not ignored. The sighs you released in the dark did not disappear into emptiness. They reached me. They mattered to me. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not weak for being tired. You are my beloved child, and I have seen your pain with tenderness. My child, I was there in the rooms where you felt alone. I was there when the walls seemed to hold your silence, and no one knew what was happening inside you. I was there in the quiet bedroom where your thoughts became louder than your breathing. I was there when you turned over again and again, trying to rest, but your heart kept returning to the same question, the same ache, the same memory, the same disappointment. You thought the room was empty because no one sat beside you. You thought the night was empty because no voice answered back. But the room was not empty. The night was not empty. I was there. I was there when the phone did not ring. I was there when the call went unanswered. I was there when you looked at the screen and felt a pain you did not want to admit. I was there when you told yourself it did not matter, while deep inside it mattered more than you wanted it to. I saw the way one silence touched another silence. I saw how one unanswered call awakened older places in you that remembered being left, being dismissed, being forgotten, being chosen last, being needed only when you were useful. The silence was real, my child, but abandonment was not. The waiting was real, but I had not left. I was there in the moment after disappointment, when the thing you hoped for did not happen, when the answer came differently than you prayed, when the door stayed closed, when the person did not respond the way your heart needed, when the news settled heavy in your chest and you tried to keep your face steady. I was there when you walked away from that conversation, carrying more pain than you showed. I was there when you sat down afterward and felt something inside you bend under the weight of hope deferred. You thought you were holding yourself together alone, but I was holding what you could not hold. I was there in the chair where you sat with a breaking heart. I remember that place. I remember the way your body rested there, but your soul could not. I remember the way you stared ahead without really seeing what was in front of you. I remember the thoughts that moved through you, one after another, too fast to organize and too heavy to ignore. I remember the prayer that began and stopped because you did not have the strength to finish it. I remember the words you never spoke because even speaking them would have made the pain feel too real. Not one fragment was lost to me. Not one unfinished prayer fell outside my hearing. Not one wordless ache passed beyond my awareness. My beloved child, you interpreted many lonely places as evidence that you had been forsaken, but I am correcting that interpretation with tenderness now. The loneliness was real, but my presence was also real. The tears were real, but rejection was not. The ache was real, but it was not proof that I had turned away. The quiet was real, but it was not the absence of my love. You were not abandoned in the bedroom. You were not abandoned in the car. You were not abandoned in the hallway after difficult words were spoken. You were not abandoned when you smiled in public and fell apart in private. I was there. I was there when you had to be strong before you felt ready. I was there when you took one more breath, answered one more responsibility, completed one more task, stood through one more day. You may have thought my presence would always arrive with a visible sign, a sudden change, a clear voice, a dramatic rescue, a door opening in front of you immediately. But my presence does not always announce itself with spectacle. Sometimes my nearness is the breath you were still able to take. Sometimes my nearness is the restraint that kept you from saying what pain wanted you to say. Sometimes my nearness is the strength that carried you through a day you were certain would break you. Sometimes my nearness is the quiet endurance that rises from somewhere deeper than your own ability. Do not despise the quiet ways I held you. Do not overlook the hidden mercies because they did not arrive loudly. I was in the strength that helped you get up. I was in the pause that kept you from giving up. I was in the calm that came for a few seconds when your mind had been racing for hours. I was in the tear that finally fell because your heart needed release. I was in the silence after the crying, when you felt emptied out but still alive. I was in the small return of courage that made you whisper, "I will try again tomorrow." That was not nothing. That was not you surviving without me. That was my hand beneath you. I saw every private collapse. I saw the moments when you could not explain the heaviness, even to yourself. I saw the nights when your prayers were not sentences but sighs. I saw the mornings when your face looked calm, but your heart was still carrying what happened in the dark. I saw the places where your hope became cautious. I saw the way disappointment taught you to expect less, ask less, reveal less, trust less. I saw the walls you built quietly, not because you stopped loving, but because you were tired of hurting. And even there, behind the walls, behind the guarded answers, behind the careful smile, I was there. Receive this deeply now. The loneliest moments of your life were not empty rooms. They were not forgotten scenes. They were not wasted seasons where heaven looked away. I was there when you felt unseen. I was there when you felt unheard. I was there when no one checked on you. I was there when you checked on everyone else while secretly needing someone to notice you. I was there when the ache had no witness. I was there when your heart broke quietly. I was there, my child, and I am here now. Let this truth settle deeper than the memory. Let my presence speak louder than the old interpretation. You were lonely, but you were not abandoned. You were hurting, but you were not rejected. You were waiting, but you were not forgotten. I have been nearer than your fear believed, kinder than your pain assumed, and more faithful than your silence could understand. I was there then. I am here now. And I will not leave the tired heart I have come to restore. My child, hear me clearly now. Your tired heart is not being punished. The heaviness you feel is not evidence that I am angry with you. The weariness in your spirit is not a sign that I have stepped away. I know fatigue can create conclusions that sound convincing when your strength is low. I know tiredness can whisper, maybe I failed. Maybe I missed my moment. Maybe I disappointed God. Maybe I am too emotional. Maybe I should be further by now. Maybe something is wrong with me because I cannot carry this with a calm face anymore. But those are not my words over you. Do not let exhaustion become your prophet. Do not let weariness interpret my heart. Do not let the pressure you have been under define the way you think I see you. I am not looking at your tiredness with accusation. I am not standing over your weakness with disappointment. I am not measuring you by how quickly you recover, how quietly you suffer, how much you produce, how much you can endure without tears, or how well you appear to be handling what has been hurting you. I see deeper than behavior. I see deeper than performance. I see deeper than the version of you that others have evaluated from the outside. You became tired because you kept hoping while hurting. You became tired because you kept praying while waiting. You became tired because you kept loving while grieving. You became tired because you kept showing up while feeling unseen. You became tired because you carried questions and still tried to trust me. You became tired because you wanted to believe, even when disappointment stood close. You became tired because your heart did not stop caring. That is not failure, my child. That is not rebellion. That is not proof that you are too broken. It is proof that your heart has been under pressure for a long time. And I am not punishing you for needing rest. I am not rejecting you because your faith has felt fragile. I am not withdrawing my love because your emotions have risen to the surface. You may have judged yourself for crying again. You may have judged yourself for feeling sensitive, delayed, uncertain, or worn down. You may have looked at someone else's progress and wondered why your path seems slower, why your healing seems quieter, why your answers seem delayed, why your heart still aches in places you thought would already be whole. But your pace has not made you less loved. Your process has not made you less chosen. Your tears have not made you less mine. Your value is not measured by productivity. Your value is not measured by how many things you completed while your soul was tired. Your value is not measured by emotional composure, by relationship status, by visible progress, by human approval, by who stayed, by who left, by who understood, or by who failed to notice you. You are my child. That identity does not rise and fall with your energy. It does not disappear when you feel behind. It does not weaken when you have a difficult day. It does not depend on applause, achievement, explanation, or being needed by everyone around you. So let me correct the fear gently. You are not too emotional for me. You are not too delayed for me. You are not too damaged for me. You are not too far behind for me. You are not an inconvenience to my love. You are not a disappointment I am tolerating from a distance. You are my beloved child, and I am drawing near to the very place you thought made you unworthy of nearness. This is not condemnation. This is restoration beginning. This is not my anger pressing against you. This is my love, reaching for what pressure has drained. I am coming for the tired places. I am coming for the worn down hope. I am coming for the part of you that learned to expect rejection when you needed tenderness. I am not here to shame your heart for being weary. I am here to restore it. Receive that now. Let the old fear loosen. Let the false conclusion fall. I am not angry at your tired heart. I am near to heal it. My child, now let me speak to the place in you that has been confused by the waiting. Let me speak to the part of your heart that has wondered why the door did not open when you prayed, why the answer did not come when you asked, why the relationship did not heal the way you hoped, why the solution seemed delayed, why the visible change stayed just beyond your reach. You thought the delay meant I was withholding love. You thought the delay meant I had forgotten the desire. You thought the delay meant your prayer had fallen to the ground. But the delay was not always denial. Many times, my beloved child, the delay was protection. I saw what you were asking for. I heard every prayer you repeated. I heard the urgency in your voice when you said, "Please, let this happen now. Please, open this door. Please, bring the answer. Please, change the situation. Please, send the person. Please, move quickly because I am tired." And I did not despise your request. I did not ignore your longing. I did not turn away from the ache underneath your words. But I also saw what the blessing would have touched inside you. I saw what the open door would have demanded from a heart that was already exhausted. I saw what the relationship would have awakened before your identity was steady. I saw what the opportunity would have required before your foundation was healed. You were asking me for more, while your heart was still trying to recover from what had already happened. You were asking me to increase what was around you, while I was strengthening what was within you. You were asking for movement, but I was building stability. You were asking for answers, but I was forming discernment. You were asking for a new season, but I was healing the places that would have carried the old fear into the new thing. This was not punishment. This was not neglect. This was not me holding you back because I did not care. This was me guarding what I love. What looked like silence was strengthening you. What felt like being held back was often me keeping you from stepping into something before your heart could carry it in peace. What seemed like nothing happening was not empty. Beneath the surface, I was rebuilding you. Beneath the waiting, I was teaching you to breathe again. Beneath the unanswered questions, I was exposing the places where fear had been making decisions for you. Beneath the delay, I was showing you where exhaustion had become familiar, where striving had become normal, where you had learned to call survival strength. Do not mistake hidden work for absent love. Do not call the quiet season wasted because you could not measure it. A root does not look dramatic while it is growing beneath the ground. A foundation does not draw applause while it is being made strong enough to hold what will stand on it. Some of my deepest preparation happens where no one can see it. Some of my most faithful work happens before there is evidence anyone else can recognize. You wanted the outside to change quickly, but I was loving you too deeply to build your next season on an unrested heart, a wounded identity, and a foundation still trembling under old disappointment. My child, I knew what you would have done if I had given it to you too soon. You might have carried the blessing with anxiety instead of peace. You might have received the relationship but still feared being abandoned. You might have walked through the door but still measured your worth by performance. You might have gained the answer but lost rest because your heart had not learned to trust me beyond visible proof. You might have stepped into what you prayed for and still felt empty inside because the deeper place had not yet been restored. So I slowed what you wanted because I was protecting who you are becoming. I delayed what your hands wanted to hold because I was strengthening the heart that would have to hold it. I allowed the waiting to reveal where you were tired, not to shame you, but to heal you. I allowed the pause to uncover the places where you needed truth. I allowed the stillness to show you that you were carrying fear, pressure, urgency, and the need to prove yourself. I did not expose those places to condemn you. I exposed them so I could restore them before the next season unfolded. The delay was preparation. The pause was alignment. The waiting was not me forgetting your name. It was me arranging your heart, your timing, your discernment, your strength, and your dependence on me. You thought I was only preparing a blessing for you. I was preparing you for the blessing. You thought I was only working on the door. I was working on the one who would walk through it. You thought I was only changing circumstances. I was changing the places within you that circumstances could not heal. Receive this gently now. The tiredness you felt in the waiting was not unnoticed. I used even that exhaustion to show you where you needed rest instead of more pressure, truth instead of false responsibility, peace instead of constant striving, and a stronger foundation instead of another thing to carry. I was not delaying you to discourage you. I was preparing you so that what comes next does not break what I am restoring now. You are not behind, my child. You are being prepared. You are not forgotten. You are being guarded. You are not empty-handed because I am careless. You are being aligned for what your heart will be able to carry with peace. Trust me, in the waiting you did not understand. I was protecting what your heart could not yet carry, and even now, I am making you ready. My child, before I change what is around you, I am healing what is within you. Hear that, gently. Let it settle without fear. I know you have been looking for movement in the places outside of you. I know you have been watching for the door, the answer, the shift, the restoration, the conversation, the provision, the visible sign that tells your heart something is finally changing. And I care about those things. I have not ignored the circumstances that have pressed against you. I have not forgotten what needs to move. I have not overlooked what needs to be repaired. But this message is not only about what I will change around you, it is about what I am restoring within you. There is a gift I am bringing to your tired heart, and it is deeper than the answer you have been asking for. It is peace that does not depend on perfect circumstances. It is peace that does not disappear when the room is still unfinished, when the answer is still forming, when people have not yet changed, when the timeline still feels uncertain, when the door has not opened in the way you expected. I am not asking you to pretend that the outside does not matter. It does matter. Your needs matter to me. Your prayers matter to me. Your future matters to me. But I am giving you something stronger than relief that only lasts when everything looks right. I am giving you peace that can hold you while I am still working. Receive the peace, my child. Receive the kind of peace that reaches the place where anxiety has been repeating the same questions. Receive the peace that enters the thoughts that have been circling late at night. Receive the peace that quiets the fear that says, what if nothing changes? What if I am left behind? What if I missed it? What if I am forgotten? Those thoughts have been loud, but they are not stronger than my voice. Those fears have visited often, but they do not have authority over your identity. I am speaking to the anxious places now. I am not scolding them. I am soothing them. I am not ashamed of how many times you have needed reassurance. I am here to give it again. I am healing the wounds rejection left behind. I am healing the places where someone's absence became a question about your worth. I am healing the part of you that learned to brace before people could leave, withdraw before you could be disappointed, stay guarded before anyone could get close enough to hurt you. I saw what rejection did to your nervous system. I saw what abandonment taught your heart to expect. I saw how you began to read silence as danger, distance as rejection, delay as proof that you were not chosen. My beloved child, I am healing that interpretation. You are not unwanted because someone did not know how to stay. You are not less valuable because someone failed to see you clearly. You are not abandoned because a human heart was limited. You are still mine. Receive the reminder now. You are my beloved child. That did not change when you were overlooked. That did not change when you were misunderstood. That did not change when you felt unwanted, delayed, or forgotten. Your identity did not break when your circumstances broke. Your worth did not leave when someone else left. Your future did not collapse when one door closed. You are not being held together by human approval. You are held by my love. You are not sustained by constant proof. You are sustained by my presence. You are not valuable because you perform well, endure quietly, prove yourself continually, or carry everyone without asking for help. You are valuable because you are mine. I am healing the exhaustion that came from trying to prove you are worthy of love. I saw how hard you worked to be enough, enough for the family, enough for the relationship, enough for the responsibility, enough for the expectation, enough for the version of yourself you thought you had to become before you could rest. I saw you carrying pressure that I never placed on you. I saw you trying to earn what I had already given. I saw you measuring your value by productivity, by usefulness, by strength, by being needed, by being chosen, by being noticed. But my love is not a wage. My nearness is not a reward for perfect performance. Rest from proving now. Receive the rest. Receive the rest that comes when you stop trying to become worthy of a love that has already called you beloved. I am healing your disappointment with timing. I know the waiting has touched tender places. I know it has been difficult to trust when the answer seemed late. I know you have wondered why others seemed to move forward while you kept being asked to wait, heal, release, learn, and trust. But I am not only arranging the next season, I am restoring the heart that will live in it. An unhealed heart can receive a blessing and still live afraid. An unhealed heart can walk through an open door and still expect it to close. An unhealed heart can be loved and still search for evidence of leaving. An unhealed heart can receive provision and still fear lack. So, I am healing you first, not because the breakthrough does not matter, but because you matter too much for me to give you something your fear would not let you enjoy. Let your heart soften now. Do not guard every wounded place from the one who came to heal it. Do not hide the anxious thought from me. Do not hide the rejection wound. Do not hide the fear of abandonment. Do not hide the disappointment, the resentment, the tiredness, the ache of feeling unseen. I already know where it hurts, and I am not approaching those places with harshness. I am approaching with tenderness. You do not have to protect your pain from me. You do not have to clean up your emotions before you let me near. You do not have to explain your heart perfectly for me to understand it fully. Receive this now. Receive the peace I am placing where fear has been sitting. Receive the rest I am placing where striving has been working. Receive the truth I am placing where rejection has been speaking. Receive the reminder that you are still my beloved child, still seen, still held, still being restored. I will change what needs to change around you in my time, with wisdom, with care, with power, and with love. But even before the outside shifts, let me restore the inside. Let me steady your thoughts. Let me heal your identity. Let me quiet the fear. Let me teach your tired heart how to breathe again. This is not only a message about a new circumstance. This is an invitation into inner restoration. This is not only about what is coming next. This is about who you are becoming before it arrives. I am healing what pressure drained. I am restoring what rejection bruised. I am strengthening what delay revealed. I am bringing peace to the very place that has felt most restless. So open your heart softly, my child. Stop holding every broken place away from me. I came close because I love you. I am not only preparing your surroundings for change, I am preparing you to carry the next season with peace. Now, my child, lay down the weight you were never asked to carry alone. Breathe slowly. Let your shoulders lower. Let your hands unclench. Let your heart stop bracing as if another burden is about to be placed on it. I am not asking you to solve everything in this moment. I am not asking you to understand every delay, answer every question, fix every relationship, prepare for every possible outcome, or hold together every piece that feels fragile. I am inviting you to release what has been pressing against your spirit for too long. You have been rehearsing the burdens as if worry could solve them. You have turned conversations over again and again in your mind, searching for the word you should have said, the sign you should have noticed, the moment you could have prevented pain. You have carried old voices into new mornings. You have carried unanswered questions into quiet nights. You have carried the fear of disappointing people, the pressure to be strong for everyone, the ache of not knowing what comes next, and the exhausting need to appear calm while your heart was asking for help. I saw it, I see it now, and I am not asking you to keep carrying it. Give me the heaviness, give me the fear, give me the thoughts that keep circling when the room gets quiet, give me the pressure to know the future before I reveal it. Give me the need to manage every outcome so your heart can feel safe. Give me the fear that if you stop holding everything, everything will fall apart. My beloved child, your control has never been what kept your life together. My hand has been beneath you. My mercy has been around you. My presence has been nearer than your anxious planning could perceive. Surrender is not giving up. Hear me clearly. Surrender is not quitting. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is not pretending. The burden does not matter. Surrender is placing your heart back into my hands, instead of trying to survive by control alone. It is trusting me with what you cannot untangle. It is handing me the outcome you cannot force. It is bringing me the person you cannot change, the door you cannot open, the timeline you cannot speed up, the memory you cannot erase, and the question you cannot answer. It is saying, Father, this is too heavy for me, and I was never meant to carry it without you. So unclench inwardly now. Stop gripping the pain as if releasing it means it was not real. It was real, my child. The disappointment was real. The confusion was real. The responsibility was real. The exhaustion was real. But you do not have to turn real pain into a permanent burden. You do not have to keep proving that you cared by carrying the ache forever. You do not have to keep punishing your own heart with memories. I am ready to heal. Lay down the old conversation. Lay down the fear of being misunderstood. Lay down the need to be strong while secretly breaking. Lay down the pressure to have an answer before the next step appears. Let me hold what has been holding you down. Let me take the weight from the place in your chest where it has settled. Let me quiet the thoughts that have been running without rest. Let me touch the tired place that keeps saying, I cannot do this anymore. You were right to bring that to me. You were right to stop pretending. You were right to let your heart become honest in my presence. I am not offended by your weakness. I am not distant from your need. I am here, and I am receiving what you release. Receive this now. You are allowed to rest in my care. You are allowed to be my child and not the rescuer of every person, every outcome, every future possibility. You are allowed to trust me with what remains unfinished. You are allowed to breathe before everything changes. You are allowed to have peace before every answer arrives. Lay it down, my child. Lay it down gently. Lay it down fully. The tired heart begins to heal when it stops carrying alone what I have been inviting it to surrender. Now receive the peace I am speaking over your heart, my child. Do not rush past this. Do not treat this as ordinary. Let this moment become quiet inside you. Let the noise lower. Let the striving pause. Let the part of you that has been waiting for permission to rest hear me clearly. I am near. I am not speaking from far away. I am speaking into the very place where exhaustion settled, into the place where hope became thin, into the place where you kept saying, I am okay, while something inside you was asking to be held. I speak peace over your tired heart now, peace over the heaviness you could not explain, peace over the thoughts that kept moving after your body had already run out of strength, peace over the questions that visited you in the night, peace over the fear that tomorrow would require more than you had left to give, peace over the ache of being misunderstood, peace over the disappointment that stayed longer than you expected, peace over the place in you that wondered if I had gone silent because you had somehow become too much, too weak, too emotional, or too delayed. No, my child, you are not too much for me. You are not too weak for me. You are not too late for me. You are not disqualified by emotional exhaustion. I declare over you now that you are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are not hidden from my care. You are not lost in the crowd. You are not behind my ability to restore. You are not beyond the reach of my mercy. You are not too broken for my hands. You are not too numb for my love. You are not too tired for my strength. You may have felt forgotten, but feeling forgotten did not mean you were forgotten. You may have felt alone, but feeling alone did not mean you were abandoned. You may have felt late, but feeling late did not mean my timing failed. I am still here. I am still holding you. I am still calling you mine. Receive rest in the places where you have been tense for too long. Receive rest in your mind. Receive rest in your body. Receive rest in your emotions. Receive rest in the secret places where you have been bracing for disappointment before anything has even happened. I speak calm over your nervous thoughts. I speak stillness over the inner trembling. I speak tenderness over the memories that still know how to hurt you. I speak healing over the moments you replay, the words you wish had been different, the silence that made you question your worth, and the endings that left pieces of your heart scattered in places no one else could see. I am restoring your sleep, my child. I am coming near to the nights that have felt restless. I am coming near to the hours when your mind searched for answers instead of finding rest. I am coming near to the pillow that held tears, to the room that held silence, to the darkness that made your questions sound louder. I speak peace over your sleep. I speak safety over your rest. I speak release over the thoughts that have tried to follow you into the night. You do not have to solve tomorrow before you sleep tonight. You do not have to rehearse pain to prove it mattered. You do not have to keep your heart awake to make sure nothing falls apart. I am watching over what you cannot control. I am restoring clarity where confusion has been heavy. I am restoring discernment where fear has been loud. I am restoring softness where disappointment made you guarded. I am restoring hope where numbness tried to protect you from wanting again. I saw the place where you stopped expecting good things because disappointment had trained your heart to lower its eyes. I saw the place where you stopped praying with confidence and only whispered, if it is possible. I heard even that whisper. I honored even that small reaching. A weak prayer is still heard by me. A tired yes is still precious to me. A heart that can barely lift itself is still held by my hand. I speak restoration over your relationships. Peace where there has been tension. Wisdom where there has been confusion. Boundaries where there has been pressure. Forgiveness where bitterness has tried to settle. Courage where truth needs to be spoken gently. Release where you have been holding people in your heart with pain instead of trust. I am not asking you to force what I have not healed. I am not asking you to chase what I have not assigned. I am not asking you to carry the emotional weight of every person connected to you. Let me lead you. Let me show you what to restore, what to release, what to wait on, and what to place fully in my hands. I speak peace over your decisions. You do not have to move from panic. You do not have to choose from fear. You do not have to prove your faith by rushing. I will guide you with calm. I will steady the steps in front of you. I will give enough light for the next movement. Not every answer will come at once, but you will not be abandoned between answers. Not every door will open immediately, but you will not be without my presence in the hallway. Not every question will be settled tonight, but your heart can still rest because I am already in the days you have not reached. And if you are receiving this now, if your heart is choosing to believe that my peace is for you and not only for someone else, type these words with faith, even if your faith feels small. My tired heart receives your peace, Father. Let that become more than a sentence. Let it become surrender. Let it become agreement. Let it become the moment your heart stops arguing with rest and begins to receive what I am giving. My tired heart receives your peace, Father, not because everything is finished, not because every answer is visible, not because every wound has stopped aching, but because I am here and my presence is enough to begin restoring what exhaustion touched. Receive renewed strength now, not the harsh strength that forces you to keep going while ignoring your soul, not the false strength that hides tears and calls it victory, not the pressured strength that believes you must be needed by everyone to have value. Receive the strength that comes from being loved. Receive the strength that rises quietly when you remember you are not carrying this alone. Receive the strength that returns when peace settles where fear had been sitting. I am strengthening your heart, not by demanding more from you, but by drawing nearer to you. So rise from this moment, slowly, my beloved child. Rise held, rise known, rise loved. Rise with peace in the places that were shaking. Rise with rest, beginning where exhaustion had settled. Rise with the reminder that you are not forgotten, not overlooked, not abandoned, not too late, not too broken, and not disqualified. My nearness is covering you. My love is restoring you. My peace is speaking louder than the storm inside you. Walk forward from this moment with a quieter heart. You have been met here, you have been seen here, you have been strengthened here, and you will not move into what comes next without me. Walk forward now knowing this message was for you, my child. Do not let your mind reduce this to a passing moment. Do not call it random timing. Do not call it coincidence. Do not call it just another word that moved across your screen and disappeared. I interrupted this moment because I knew your heart was tired. I knew the weight you had been carrying. I knew the quiet questions you had not spoken out loud. I knew the part of you that needed to be reminded that you are still seen, still held, still loved, still mine. You do not have to leave this moment the same way you arrived. You came with pressure, but you can leave with peace. You came with heaviness, but you can leave with identity. You came with thoughts that were moving too quickly, but you can leave with a quieter heart. You came wondering if I had noticed the weariness no one else could see, and now I am telling you again, I saw it. I saw all of it, and I did not meet you here to shame you for being tired. I met you here to restore you, to steady you, to bless you, and to remind you that you are not walking into the next step alone. Carry this peace with you. Carry it into the room you are about to enter. Carry it into the conversation that still feels uncertain. Carry it into the night when your thoughts try to rise again. Carry it into tomorrow, into the waiting, into the unfinished places, into the season that is still unfolding. My peace is not leaving when this message ends. My presence is not ending when the sound fades. I am going with you. I am already ahead of you. I am beside you now. And if I spoke to your tired heart through this message, respond with faith. Like this video, as a sign that you received what I placed before you. Share it with someone who has been quietly carrying too much, someone who smiles but is weary, someone who needs to remember that I see them too. Subscribe for more messages of comfort and faith, not as a routine, but as a way of staying open to the reminders I send when hearts need strength. Leave your prayer requests below, my child. Let your heart be honest. Let this be a place where burdens are brought into the light. And if you are receiving this peace, comment these words. My tired heart is resting in God. Say it as a declaration. Say it as surrender. Say it as the truth your soul is learning to believe. Now go in peace. You are seen. You are held. You are loved. You are strengthened. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. I have met the tired places of your heart, and I will walk with you into what comes next.